looky here. Now, this isn't my console. This is just used to mock it all up. That is the gate in the car. Can you believe it? Off with its noodly appendage here.
Oh, there it goes. Goodbye.
Of course, the big Enzo Drive V12, the torque tube, and the rear-mounted trans. It's free. Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And yes, I am liquidating my Ferrari collection. I'm going down to one Ferrari because I think I'm going to make it into the ultimate Ferrari, or at least start it in this video. And the other two, well, they're going. There's some changes in my life happening, so I need to get rid of some cars. And these two, they haven't been used all that much, even though I love them very, very much. This one, 1994 Ferrari 456 with the gated manual transmission that I imported from Dubai. And to my right, 1996 355, once again, gated manual transmission, the Spider. I went through this entirely with the Car Wizard, spent way too much money thinking I would keep it forever, and well, here we go, I'm selling it. So, who am I selling it to? Well, you wouldn't believe it. Somebody's actually coming back and buying another Ferrari from me after buying, well, anyway, you'll see. Yes, you were so happy, Dan, normal guy supercar with the Ferrari 458, that you came back for some more. Best Ferrari ever, right?
Look, it is the best Ferrari. That one was sold to a guy who is completely happy with it.
It's fine, it works.
Wonderful. Yeah, he's driving the heck out of it.
So yeah, that was a very badly wrecked ex-rental. Very high mileage, almost 90,000 miles.
Put together terribly.
It was fine. It was fine.
It drove fine.
So,
it drove fine.
Despite that, you want some more.
Yes.
And
yeah, well, we were, you hit us up and said, hey, would you like the 456? And I said, yeah, maybe. And you're like, well, how about you buy two Ferraris?
The bundled. I was watching.
Buy two for the price of two.
I was watching American Pickers. Yeah, exactly. Yes, and that's, I mean, you know, they bundle it all up. But yeah, the 355 is really nice.
I'm super excited about that.
The only thing that, you know, may take away from it a little bit is the top getting converted to a manual. Yeah. You know, the 348 Spiders were manual. They were so finicky and stupid, and we were fighting it and gave up. But otherwise, so dang nice.
Pretty common though to have that failure.
Yeah, very common. The 456, the Dubai history on it obviously hurts it, even though it's incredibly low miles. And I believe it's low miles just from the way it looks. I mean,
it doesn't look like it's got super high miles. I mean, it's got weird things about it, but I mean, it's back in the era of hand-built Ferraris, so they are kind of weird. Like they're not. It's not formulaic like a modern Ferrari. Like this Ferrari should always have certain things that are very obvious,
right?
And these won't.
So you're happy?
Yeah. It's within our expectations based on the price sheet and everything. We think it's yes, we're happy.
Well, and I'm very happy because finally this car is going to go down. So we're going to road trip together down to Austin to actually convert the 599s. So that's going to be quite a thing. I'm going to stick around for, well, hopefully most of it.
Yes.
And you guys might have it done in a few days. All the parts are down there.
So I personally set aside your kit.
Okay.
And so I kept it safe at my house and then brought it back to EAG.
Perfect.
And it is ready for you, ready to go.
Okay, so road trip, all three cars. It's about 500-ish miles.
530, I like
530 to Austin. And, well, they all have to make it first. And then, well, you've already sent the check, so it's fine. I'm good there. The wire's in the bank, so I'm good in that sense. This one needs to make it to Austin.
Yeah, you don't care about these making it, right? I could call it tow truck.
So anyway, we got to check a few things, and then we're going to hit the road. A little bittersweet, obviously. But first thing, we're going to stop at a gas station, brim them all, and see which one gets the best MPG. Well, we're a little past halfway into this journey, through 3 states at this point, Kansas, Oklahoma, and now Texas. And all 3 cars are doing fantastic. It's a little bittersweet looking at the 456 in front of me and the 355 behind me. I am going to miss them, but also, I haven't used them. I really haven't driven that yellow 355 since October, and the blue 456 has been broken for so long, waiting for exhaust parts, that I sort of quit driving it as well. It came back and I never drove it. So there's no reason for me to keep things that I don't use. Also, really need the money right now, unfortunately, due to some circumstances. So, you know, just keep what I really like. And I really do think this 599 is such an underappreciated gem. And with the gated manual transmission, this thing will be absolutely epic. Now, the 599 was the last V12 Ferrari to be offered with a manual transmission, but they were very few. Super low production. Most were this F1 paddle shifter like this, where a computer controls the clutch and the shifts. But when you remove all of that, it's still at its principle, a manual transmission. So, well, people have started converting them. They started with 360s and 430s, and now the 599. And that is who Dan is associated with. Normal Guy Supercar, he's associated with EAG. And they do these conversions. They've done some 599s. And when Dan bought my Ferrari 458 from me, the salvage title one that I was joking about earlier, the price that I sold him to included a manual conversion on this car. And I've been patiently waiting. They've been refining the process and getting a few cars done, and now they feel like they are ready for mine. So I am so excited, and I'm very excited that all the cars seem to be making it. We're within, well, a few hundred miles now, so fingers crossed. In the Ferrari Fuel Economy Challenge, it's a virtual tie between the 599 and the 456, both V12s, both drinking almost 15 gallons. The fuel economy car winner is the Ferrari 355 with only 11 gallons. Still less than 20 mpg between all of them. Well, the cars made it with no serious issues, and now it is time for the magic to happen. It is the next day. We are at EAG, famous for their manual conversions, and you can see this is their assembly line right here. They started out doing 360s and 430s. 430s have been their bread and butter, but after 3 years of development, they finally have the 599 kit, and that's why you see so many of these cars here right now waiting their turn. Basically, they're going in stages here. You can see there's the torque tubes, the transmission's out, but they are trying to do mine all in one shot in less than 2 days, and that's what's happening over here. They've only had the car, well, an hour, 90 minutes, and holy crap! The interior's already out of it completely. Those are my seats, there's my hood. Interior stripped. Obviously, they gotta make room for the pedal box and the cables to go through to make this a manual transmission. We're gonna be here for a lot of the process, but I'm getting in the way right now. So at some point, I'm gonna dive in and help, but you know how that's gonna go. I'm probably just gonna get in the way. But first, we're gonna have a little tour here with Chris. He is the CEO, and they've got a lot of cool things going on, including, well, my parts over here, which are freshly made, right? So
yeah, some of them we machined a couple days ago.
So what's the story here? How did this all come about, basically?
Art just did the first one, and it just exploded from there, and it's just been growing exponentially. It's pretty crazy, actually. So just literally hand machined the first few, and then just took off from there. So now we're making most of it in-house.
And you've come on recently to sort of
about 2 months ago
run the madness a little bit?
Yeah, help with operations mostly.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, 599s, how many are waiting at this point?
We've got just under a dozen waiting for the 599s, and probably 40 or so 360 430s.
Wow.
And a handful of 575s as well.
So the 360 and the 430s were a little more straightforward because there's a lot of gated manual cars to, you know, reverse engineer, I suppose. You guys improved them as well with your designs, but the 599, totally different animal because what, less than 20 in the United States, right?
Yeah, it was less than 20. It was a lot more difficult because we switched from rods to cables, so that we couldn't really reverse engineer that.
So shift rods, basically, you know, straight connection to the transmission, which people like, but in the 599s, they are shift rods from the factory when they're manuals, but
correct.
There's some chatter with them, right?
Yeah, they are a little chattery. It's hard to get good information on that just because there's so few, and no one's really posting videos of a bad 599 manual. So that's just something we had to figure out ourselves, and switching to the cables really alleviated all of those issues. It's a much better product, honestly.
So what number car is mine to be completed as you guys are cannonballing it out? Wow.
I think we've got 4 or 5 on the cables, and we've done 2 rod cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I see quite a production here.
Yeah,
wow.
So this is where we make our cables at. Art's making some. Actually, he's working on your box right now.
So this is the Einstein here. Art.
Sort of.
I suppose. So
I suppose.
This is my pedal box?
Yeah. That just came out of the car. We're just getting the top portion in, and then we'll put the pedal box in.
Okay. Very cool. Well, I'll jump in and help here in a little bit or get in the way, whatever. If I get in the way, you just shove me. It's fine.
No problem.
Yep.
I'll get you some wrenches.
All right, sounds good.
This is our 5-axis mill,
Holy moly.
which we originally got to just prototype with. Just his prototyping takes, I mean, you might wait 60 days on a part, and then if you want to make a change to it, it's another 60 days. So it quickly becomes very time consuming to prototype. So this we mostly use for prototype, but we recently started doing a lot of production on it. So most of the 599 parts are made in-house now.
Okay.
And probably within 2 months, all of them will be made in-house, except a few plastic parts.
So how much does this machine cost?
About 400,000.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Finished parts will look like that.
Oh, okay. So that's really light.
Yeah. And we can do that on titanium here in the shop.
Okay. So this made all of my bits, which are somewhere,
Most
hopefully.
of them, over here. The bulk of your parts are here. Some of them we've already started to install.
Well, I can tell this is a manual shifter. Okay. All right. And then
plate underneath it.
Gotcha. All right. And is this my gate?
Yep, that is the gate.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, these are very difficult to make. It looks easy, but
Wow.
to surface that cleanly,
That is
very
sharp.
difficult.
I can't wait. Not that I have any idea what I'm doing, but the only thing I don't see are the cables, obviously. So is that something you?
That's what Art was working. Well, actually, Art was just working on the box. So his cable fixture jig is over
Okay.
there next to the box, and he makes those by hand, one off per car at the moment. We've got 500, I believe, cables on the way that are bespoke to 599s.
Nice.
We're
Okay.
still probably another couple months away, so he's literally making all of them by hand right now.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go watch them or see if he can give me something stupid to do. But thank you so much for the tour. This is really
definitely.
awesome. So I was just told if we want this done in a timely fashion that I should probably stay away for the most part. But the car is now up in the air, and they are talking about removing the transmission, which is back here.
Yeah, we'll put and strap it down.
There's the noodly appendage that's controlling the shifts currently. That's going away. The only scary part, when it's up in the air and all the panels off, if they find some while you're there, then the bills start going up. But so far, fingers. Art, we're doing okay? It's not that much of a hoopty?
You know, once we pull the trans, we'll look a little deeper in.
Oh, yeah.
There's the engine mount.
Shot. Oh, it's a good thing I bought them.
Yeah, look how it's all cracked.
Oh, okay.
And it's see it's squishy.
Yeah, so that's
Not
the
good.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, this one you can see, but oh,
I mean, that feels very natural, you know, and real.
it's a stress ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay.
Ooh, yeah, that one's in bad shape.
So I need mounts. Between the live stream, me YouTubing, and 5 checks on it, it's a bit of something. I've never seen anything like this before. What you doing there?
Cables. Custom cables.
Very nice. Well, the parts on the floor have grown dramatically. You can see the whole exhaust is out, the bracing here, and the transmission is tilted. It's coming out very soon. But here's the mess that makes all this crazy F1 system work. That is going away. See these? Yep. And those mounts. Yep. There's your.
It's all squishy.
They're squishy, and they feel very natural. I mean, yeah.
Notice how it's less squishy now that it's not on the mounts bolted up anymore,
I suppose.
so it doesn't have the weight on them.
Looks like all the fluid drained out too. Wish I had Wizard here to taste it. Looks kind of dirty. Does that look dirty?
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
You gonna taste it, Dan?
No.
Wizard tastes everything. Come on. Off with its noodly appendage here.
Oh, there it goes. Goodbye. Alrighty, here's the F1 unit. Find it somewhere. Toss it. Over there? Yeah. You put it in the frame. Yep. Still hemorrhaging a little. Very cool. Very cool. Nice.
All right. Yes, the transmission's been no longer assimilated by the board.
There you go.
I'd lower that up.
There it went. It's a very Italian jiggle there.
Go up with the lift.
There it goes. course, the big Enzo Drive V12, the Torque 2, and the rear-mounted trans. It's free. We're like 3 hours into this, and the trans is out. It's insane.
I want to see any other instance of a shop pulling out
I know.
trans in 3 hours.
And probably when this thing was built, it took them 3-5 days, weeks to put it together. But we're back from lunch, and looky here. Now, this isn't my console. This is just used to mock it all up. That is the gate in the car. Can you believe it? And now it goes back in. Let's see. He's holding on to the new manual shift mechanism. Yep. No more crazy spider robot. And with that, I think we'll end today's video. Next time when we pick up on the 599, it'll be running, driving. We'll go on a fun trip, talk about the rest of the process. But a big thanks to EAG for doing a record turnaround, or what seems like it'll be, on this conversion. And of course, Dan, Normal Guy Supercar, for bailing me out and liquidating my Ferrari collection. Thank you so much for watching.